come together and read and sing. They wouldn't just sit in front of the TV and veg out. They would actually like interact and communicate. So especially singing is a big part of the community. So the singing that we do is called bhajan or kirtan. Most of you are familiar, but bhajan comes from the root word bhaj, which means to worship or to praise. Kirtan means glorification. So we sing glorifications of the Supreme, the Divine, of God, like that. And today especially we sing about Lord Nityananda. So we're going to have a few songs up here. The words are mostly, these songs that we're singing are in Bengali, but you can catch it because it's written in kind of English. You're going?
Sorry?
You're going?
Yeah, I had to charge all these things and stuff.
Oh, okay. So yeah, but we'll read through the English translations first, so that we can see what what we're singing, what it actually means that we're singing like that. So the first song and we have Premamani here with us, who's like an exceptionally advanced and talented singer and harmonium player. And I'm so glad she showed up. Otherwise, we would have all been subjected to me trying to do it. So Krishna has also arranged for her to be here. So So the first song is Boro Suker Kabur Gai, also known as Koda Nitai. And Koda Nitai means, anyone knows? God Nitai, that's pretty good. Good guess.
Koda means God in Persian.
Does it? In Persian it means God? Koda means God? That is incredible. I'm so happy to hear that. So no wonder you said that. I thought that was like a random guess, but in other languages. Well, Koda Nitai, as we'll see in here, means like merciful Nitai. And this is the translation. So we can take turns maybe reading out the translation. Anyone would like to volunteer to go first? Number one? Okay, please.
I am singing news of great happy tidings. Lord Nityananda himself has opened a marketplace of the holy name in Surabi Kunj.
The news of its great results is that he is selling the pure holy name in that marketplace for the price of only one's faith.
Lord Nityananda, the proprietor of the market, seeing all the devotees become attracted, is selling them the holy name after bargaining with them.
Oh brother, if you want to buy the holy name, then go with me. We must go to the presence of that great soul, Nityananda.
You will buy the name of Krishna. I will take my commission and all of our desires will be fulfilled.
So yeah, you can see here that it's kind of coming across like Lord Nityananda is bargaining, marketing. He's like working down on Wall Street or something. He's going to take his commission. He's opening a marketplace and all these things. So it's kind of a terminology being used, but the point is that it's all about our faith and chanting and singing with greater and greater faith. So this is the Surabi Kunj. So this place exists. This is in West Bengal. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has a place there also. So this is a darshan of that holy place, Surabi Kunj. Okay, there's a few more verses to start.
Lord Nityananda is greatly merciful. Taking only one's faith, he gives the highest ecstasy.
If Nitai sees only one's tears in the eyes while chanting the name Gara, then he gives all resources to that person.
He gives the pure teachings of Krishna to everyone and does not care for one's birth, wealth, knowledge, and strength.
Now giving up the illusory snare of Maya, either remain in household life or in the forest as a sannyasi, for no more troubles remain.
There is no more fear of the age of Kali. The merciful Nityananda gives the holy name to even the Chandalas.
Bhaktivinoda calls out, except for the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, There is no other shelter. Okay. And those are lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. You can see they have special markings on them, so this is also a meditation that you can have. Okay, so this is the Bengali, and you kind of know how it goes. Yeah, okay. And usually after each one it does the
Nitai.
just learned that on the spot. Welcome, we have two other guests with us. Nice to see you. Are you from Jaya's yoga class? Yay! What are your names?
My name's Kaylin.
Kaylin.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, Kaylin. I'm Jay.
Hi Jay, I'm Lauren.
Lauren and Kaylin and Maya, who missed a class. So is this your first time to the temple? Really? Amazing. What's very special, Dave, is, as we're singing about today, is the appearance of Lord Nityananda, and I guess in our lineage he's considered like, apart from being a great saint, he's like the person who kind of went around trying to help those people who were the most in desperation and despair. So today is a day of great magnanimity and mercy, something like that. So we just were singing a song. Actually, coda means broker, like a broker. Like on Wall Street, you have brokers. So we were just singing a song about Lord Nityananda as the broker Nitai. So he's trying to encourage people to give a little faith for a higher purpose so that they can achieve much dividends, like that. So he's talking in a language that the business people will understand. So like that. Paramani, are you still, oh, you have to do the setup now? All right, so this is Lord Nityananda. So he's a bit of a handsome fellow, I guess you could say, for all the ladies. So he's also a great dancer, great singer.
Yeah.
You're busy now, right? Okay, no problem. So, and this is the gang that he hangs out with. So in West Bengal, this was like 530, almost 540 years ago. They kind of initiated this kind of chanting and dancing, and they went out onto the street. Nice to see you, Anand. And they were singing and dancing out on the street, and yeah, so it was really wonderful and engaging many people in doing that, which we'll also be doing some of this later on today. So, there is another song that we can sing. I don't know this one on the harmonium, unfortunately, but it's called Nadia Godrume Nityananda Mahajan. So Nadia is a place in West Bengal. Quite a sacred and holy place. And that place has 9 different islands. So it's where the Ganges, so there's lots of tributaries and kind of they come through there, and there's 9 different islands, and Godruma is one of those islands. Nityananda is the name of the personality, and Mahajan means great personality. So Nityananda Mahajan, it's like if you say, what are some terminologies you say to glorify someone if they have like a high position in English? What's that?
You kind of just said it.
What's that? Oh, if you would, yeah. But I was thinking of like his grace or her grace, or what would you say for the queen?
Majesty.
Yeah, her majesty or something like that, except you put it at the end. So Mahajan is like a terminology like that. Like often people don't know Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma wasn't actually his name. Mahatma was a terminology to describe a great person. Maha means great, and Jana means like person. Atma means like soul. So like Mahatma, actually a terminology. His surname was Gandhi. What was his first name?
Mohandas.
Mohandas, yeah, Mohandas. That's right. Okay, so this is a song. I think we can try to sing this. So we can read the translation. Anyone would like to start? Would you like to start again?
Yes,
You're
please.
going first.
Thank you. In the land of Nadia, on the island of Godruma, the magnanimous Lord Nityananda has opened up the marketplace of the holy name, meant for the deliverance of all fallen souls.
Someone else would like to read? Would you like to sing? Yeah.
O people of faith, by the order of Lord Garunga, our brothers, I beg these 3 requests of you. chant Krishna, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna.
Where's your accent from?
Ireland.
Oh, okay. My wife is here, she's from England, and we lived there for 30 years. So.
Oh wow, okay.
Where in Ireland?
Neighbours. Dublin.
Okay, from Dublin. Okay, beautiful. Nice to hear. Okay, would you like to read?
Being careful to remain free of offences, just take the holy name of Lord Krishna. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, and Krishna is the treasure of your life.
Maya, would you like to read?
Giving up all sinful activities, carry on your worldly duties only in relation to Lord Krishna. The only showing of compassion to other souls by loudly chanting the holy name of Krishna is the essence of all forms of religion.
So basically here, Lord Nityananda has opened up a place where we can sing and chant. The nature of the soul is Anandamayo Vyasa, which means it's pleasure seeking. And like we know in the material world, whenever you're happy, you like to sing and dance. So like that, then a natural expression of a happy soul is to sing. And Krishna is here present on the altar. So we have three primary personalities on the altar. Who's seeing the altar for the very first time? Okay. So in the middle, like this, holding the flute, that's Krishna, the form of Krishna, often recognized through, I guess, in Hinduism or different places in India because he plays the flute. So this is Krishna in the center, and next to him is his eternal consort. Our kind of philosophy teaches that God isn't just masculine, actually God is also feminine. There you go. So his feminine aspect is known as Radharani, and she's like the greatest devotee. So you can see she has her hand raised like this. So this is a mudra of giving blessings. So she's giving much blessings here, Srimati Radharani. And actually also, although Krishna is God, but he has a name which is Madan Mohan, which means that he is so beautiful, because the word Krishna, it actually means the all attractive, like the most attractive. And whenever we see something attractive in this world, we can know that behind that there's the essence of divinity. So he is the personification of all attractiveness. He's so attractive that his name is Madan Mohan, which means that he is so beautiful that even he bewilders Cupid. You know who Cupid is, right? With the little arrows who shoots, and everyone makes them go, ooh, feel giggly. So he's so attractive that he makes Cupid kind of feel giggly, you know? So that's how beautiful Krishna is. But Radharani's name is Madan Mohan Mohini. So she's even more attractive than Krishna because she is the bewilderer of the bewilderer of Cupid. So she's so beautiful that she attracts him. So they have this beautiful kind of relationship where it's a perpetual exchange of love. So it's really beautiful. So this is Krishna and Radha. And next, here on the side, this is Gora. So Gauranga his name is mentioned here, or people of faith, by the order of Lord Gauranga. So Lord Gauranga, he appeared close to about 540 years ago. We were just mentioning him. And he appeared in West Bengal, and he is a manifestation of the combined personalities of Radha and Krishna. So they became one, and he appeared as an avatar of Lord Krishna. And he taught this chanting of the holy names, which is considered the process in Kali Yuga, the process in this age for spiritual emancipation and spiritual perfection. So connecting with divinity through chanting the holy names, through chanting these names. So that's what is basically being discussed here. So anyone has a question or anything? Did that make sense? Or was it like, oh, what is this guy tripping on? Okay, all right. So this one's easy. There's only four verses, and we'll see if we can sing this. This is probably the one I should have got Prem Mali to sing. Nadiya Govinda Nityananda Mahajan
Natiago Drume Nityananda Mahajan.
Nadiado Drume Nityananda Mahajan.
Natiago Drume Nityananda Mahajan.
Ariachena
Hatiyachena Hatiyachena
Hatiyachena Mahatajiverakara.
Hatiyachena Mahatajiverakara.
Nadiago Drume Nityananda Mahajan.
Natiago Drume Nityananda Mahajan.
Nadiago Drume Nityananda Mahajan.
Natiago Drume Nityananda Mahajan.
Hatiyachena Mahatajiverakara.
Hatiyachena Mahatajiverakara. Shadavan Jana He, Shadavan Jana He. Shadavan Jana He, Shadavan Jana He. Natiago Drume Nityananda Mahajan. Natiago Drume Nityananda Mahajan. Krishna
Goodness gracious. Thank you so much for tolerating my horrible singing on that. Okay, so let's see. Now we're going to watch a little video. This is of, those of you who can see, this is our kind of primary teacher or founder, Srila Prabhupada. So he is, he translated over 60 volumes of books, and from Sanskrit and Bengali into English. He came actually to this very place almost 60 years ago, 59 years ago, from India, straight from India, on a mission from his spiritual master to try to teach this knowledge and wisdom from India in the English language. So he wound up coming here, actually just around the back, 26 2nd Avenue is the first little shop or restaurant that he had where he was teaching and giving classes and doing so many things. And so we're very, very blessed and fortunate to be here in this place. He passed away in 1977, and he was around the age of 82, yeah, 82. And so 1977 he passed away. But his teachings have continued, and now there are centers all over the world where people are reading his books and discussing. So this is a talk that he gave. We only have the audio, but the translation is going to come up on the screen, so it should be easy to follow and understand. It's about 20, 25 minutes long, and we can have a little discussion afterwards.
A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 2nd of February 1977 in Bhubaneswar, India.
Today, we are here to read out Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is Baladev Bhakta. Brilliant phenomenon is achieved the salvation of faith. Balaram Ayurveda was formerly the son of Nanda Maharaj. He has appeared as the son of President Jacob Mahaprabhu, mother's name was Sushmita. So, Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Balaram is the son. Balaram is Balaram, the Vedic literature said, Nam Atma Bhalavindena Rukra, Na Bhuna Sudhena. So, Bala means strength. Sometimes some respect, exactly, the bottom means body. They propagate this philosophy because unless your body is stout and strong, you cannot achieve spiritual health. You must be very strong and stout and eat meat and fight and then you get next spiritual. No. This part, this thing is different. This is spiritual. The difficulty of the present situation is that actually we are moving on account of spiritual strength, but they have no information of the spiritual strength. They are thinking material. That is expressed here. That Ahankare Matta Vaya Nitai Pada Pasariya Asatere Satta Parimaya. This is due to Ahankar. Ahankara Vimurata Pattam Vimurata. Those who are Vimura, especially rested. Mura means rested. And B means Visheshana, particular. Ahankara Vimurata, the same thing which is spoken in Bhagavad Gita. Not that's how to say the same thing. In plain Bengali language. Ahankara Matsaraya Gita. By the spell of Maya, Ahankara Vimurata, Pattam, they are thinking that they are independent. We can do whatever we like. This is called Ahankara Vimurata. Under false pretext, false prestige, everyone is thinking that we are independent. have got a very good start, but this start of road by start. But when there is no petrol, how the car will move? It is not possible. The spirit, petrol spirit. Similarly, the real strength is spiritual strength. That spiritual strength is borrowed strength. Therefore, we have to take shelter of the shoulders of Balaram. Buddhism. Balaram means Buddhism. Balaram represents Guru. Darshan Prasada, Bhagavad Prasad. If you want to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if we want to understand Krishna, then we must take shelter of Balaram. Mahatma Balaram, Therefore, the Vedic Janata means without the mercy of Balaram, you cannot understand, you cannot realize your spiritual identity. So that Balaram comes as Nityananda, Balaram is a Nityananda. Therefore, we must take shelter of Balaram. That is, this song has been sung by Nityananda Thakur. Nitai Pada Kamala Pati Chandra Sushma. To take shelter of the Nityananda Prabhu, then we get peace. Pati Chandra Sushma.
So, just wondering if anyone had any reflections on anything that was said, or any questions, anything that didn't make complete sense, or I'm sure a lot of it didn't make sense for some of us. Any thoughts? Anything that stood out? Anything you heard that you kind of remember? Was it just a wash of sound vibration? Krishna Chandra, anything?
Sure, yeah. So I think that, Srila Prabhupada is Jagat Guru. He came to New York City almost 60 years ago to deliver the holy name to us. And he actually came to probably, in one sense, the most material degraded place on earth, because there's so much attachment here compared to other parts of the world. And so, I mean, of course, like for instance, Lord Nityananda, he helped spirit souls, he helped Jagai and Madai, who were extremely degraded, and I just find it interesting that Srila Prabhupada came here first, this very opulent place, but also the most degraded in the sense that it's very attached. So it was very merciful that he came here. It was meant to be in a sense that he came here first to deliver souls.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's very, very, can be considered a very degraded place.
Yeah.
New York City, although lots of people like to come here. So, but yeah, it's a lot of craziness going on. I'm just trying to think some things that he was saying in the talk. At the beginning, he mentioned this word bala. Anyone remembers what bala means? Strength. Bala means strength. Yeah, and then he juxtapositioned this. He said that there were two different ideas of the meaning of bala. One is material strength, and the other is spiritual strength. And so he was kind of making this point that that real strength comes from a specific place. Anyone remembers where he says it comes from? Atma. Yeah, it comes from the soul. And then he gave an example. Anyone remembers the example? Except for Anand, who obviously remembers the whole lecture word by word. Anyone remembers he gave an example of proving that strength comes from the soul, from the Atma.
The person laying down on the ground.
Yes. What did he say? Do you remember?
He said if you can, I don't know if he used the word kick, but kick the person in the face. Yeah.
After they die, he said if the body passes, everything okay, Prabhu? He said if the body if someone dies or passes away and their body is just laying there, even if you go and kick them in the face, I don't think he meant that like in a disrespectful way, but even to the extreme, like if anyone comes and tries to kick you in the face, you're going to defend. But he said even if you kick the strongest person, if their body if they passed away, you try to kick them, then they won't actually try to defend themselves in any way. Because they can't, because they don't have any strength. But what is the difference between that body that was there strong and stout before and now that body that's lying on the ground? What has happened? Sorry, you were saying?
The spirit left the soul.
Yeah, the spirit, the soul, the Atma is no longer in that body. Otherwise, scientifically, every single thing that was there before is still there. The only thing that's different is we might say, if you ever think about the language that we use when someone dies, we say they've passed on, they've gone away, they've moved on, different things like that. But yet, has anyone ever been in a room when someone has passed away? Yeah, me too. It's quite an intense experience, right? Especially you see often the person is there, they're kind of cognizant, conscious, and then my experience is a few different times is that they take deep breaths and then all of a sudden there's like one last deep breath and it's like, then that's it. And immediately, a moment before you see people were there holding their hand or being with them, but as soon as that last breath goes, everyone feels kind of uncomfortable to be in the room because no one is generally comfortable being in a room with a dead body, it's not. So, but what is the difference? 1 second ago that person, there was life there. So that was kind of the main point, that Bala comes from, Bala means spiritual strength because all strength genuinely comes from the soul, because without the soul there is no strength, no matter how fit your body is, but that isn't going to save you. Ultimately, the thing that gives us real spiritual, gives us strength is the soul. So therefore, Bala doesn't mean material strength or physical strength. It means spiritual strength. Anything else after that? Remember?
I didn't quite get the thing about the Mercedes and there was an example with cars.
Yes.
That he said.
Yes. Anyone remembers that example? Anu? You don't remember? Come on.
That's the body, I think.
I think it was, I can imagine. Sundernath, you remember? What was the example? Huh?
He said the car needs the fuel.
Perfect, yes, petrol. He used the word petrol. Yeah. You don't use the word petrol in America, do you? It's like most everywhere else in the world. Yeah. And what was the point? That you put petrol in the car and it moves? But what was the connection to Bala and to the Atma and spiritual strength?
Body needs Atma is there, then body needs.
Oh, so Atma is compared to the fuel. So if the body doesn't have spiritual strength, doesn't have that thing, then it doesn't move. It doesn't go anywhere. Just like you may have a nice car. What did he say? A Rolls Royce and a Mercedes Benz. But if it doesn't have any petrol, it's not going anywhere. So in the same way, if you have this body, no matter how fit, healthy it may be, but if the soul isn't there, then it's not going anywhere. It's not really of much use. So then the whole point is being that the body and the soul together enables us the capacity to maneuver through the world. But often the emphasis is placed on the body rather than on the soul. If you see that everywhere you look, there's always talk about how to become more healthy, how to eat more healthy, how to be more fit and take care of the body, which is also very good. It's very positive and important. But if it's done without the deeper understanding or purpose of why we keep the body fit and healthy, then it becomes sort of an isolated venture of trying to keep something healthy, but ultimately, there's a wonderful story. Have you heard the story of the parrot in the cage, the bird in the cage? You heard this story? So there's a story of a lady. She had a parrot that she loved very much. She had this beautiful bird, and she would take care of it and feed this bird regularly. And she saved up for a long time to buy the bird a beautiful cage, like gold-plated cage with emeralds and rubies and diamonds in the construct of the cage. So it was just this really amazing cage because she loved the bird so much that she saved up to get the bird this cage. But then she found that over time what was happening is that she was spending so much time adoring the cage and cleaning the cage and shining the cage and making the cage look so beautiful that she forgot about taking care of the bird inside the cage, and it all became about the cage, and then the bird inside the cage got very sick. The story says the bird died, but anyway, so like that, we can become so absorbed in the body that we forget what the body is actually for. It's simply, I think in some spiritual practices, they say that the body is a temple for the soul. So the body is actually a vehicle to move us, the soul, through this world. Not that we are the body, but who we are is actually the soul. Just like when the body leaves the soul, when the soul leaves the body, then the body is still there, but we usually don't want much to do with it. And that's why I think in India, in the same day, they cremate the body in general, right? And then here, it takes a little longer to go through the process, but still there's a process that it just begins to deteriorate, which is also another interesting thing, that the body is deteriorating, but once the soul leaves, the body actually completely deteriorates. But when the soul is in the body can actually stay fit and healthy. So like that. Any other thoughts? Did that kind of answer your question? Made a little bit more sense. Anu?
Yeah, on the point of soul, I was remembering how soul, in Sanskrit itself, one word we know can have several meanings.
Yes.
When it appears in different contexts. So Atma itself, when it appears in different verses, in some it is, like in the Bhagavad Gita in particular, in some cases it means the body, in some cases it means the mind, and in some cases it means the soul.
Yeah.
So essentially to say that what we identify with becomes the Atma. So it's such an interesting thing. So if we identify with the body, that becomes,
Okay.
so we start identifying with the body or with the mind. So obviously the focus is to bring it back to the soul, because that's where the true Atma is. So not to focus on the cage of the parrot, but the parrot itself.
The parrot itself, yes. But then also, and very beautiful. Thank you for bringing that up. Then the thing is that it's not that we neglect the cage either. And that's the point. But we kind of look after the body or the cage in relation to the soul or the Atma, so like that. So this is these are sort of primary teachings that Lord Nityananda, we did arrange for a picture, so I don't know if...
We'll work it out.
Yeah. One of the primary teachings of Lord Nityananda was to come and help people to understand this kind of science of the soul, as opposed to just being materially focused on the body. I don't know about anyone else here, but I see that a lot of people are very materially focused, but there's not really much consciousness about the aspect of the spirit and the soul. And I don't know why that, why do you think that is? Why do you think there's more focus on the material rather than the spiritual? Any thoughts? Maya, what do you think?
Attachment.
Attachments? Yeah. Anyone here is attached to their body? Yeah, just imagine if someone said, please give up your body. No, no thank you. Even if we stub our toe or, yeah, so we're very attached materially to different things. Very nice. Anything else? Yeah.
I think the society we live in is capitalism, and they profit from people being attached to their bodies and wanting their bodies to look better and buy material things, and that's how unfortunately our system runs and works. But you can definitely be conscious of it and step away as well.
Yeah, very nice. Very well. It's not so nice, but it's an important point. The social structure that we have at the moment actually preys on that tendency for attachment. I used to work in the City of London in the investment banking industry, and for ages I wasn't sure why it was. Whenever I would come out of the escalators in Liverpool Street, I would always want a cup of coffee. And I was like, yeah, I just got to get my cappuccino, you know, got to stop. And there was like a Cafe Nero or something, little stall at the top of the escalators. And so one day I said to the guy, I don't know what it is. Every day I just want a cup of coffee. And apart from being addicted to caffeine, that's one thing. But he said, do you want me to show you a secret? And I said, okay. And he took me back around the back, and they had this big percolator with a hose that ran out of the percolator down, and it pumped the smell of coffee into the subway, into the underground. So that by the time you were coming up the escalators, there was that aroma of coffee that was so strong that you were like, oh, that smells good. And then you come up to the top and you immediately think, let me get a cup of coffee, you know? So, that for me was like, wow, that's incredible. So exactly, the marketing industry is playing on all of these things. So the point is, these senses of the body are pulling us in different directions, and the marketing industry has become very expert at pulling those senses in the direction that they want, using either things that may look attractive or make us think that we will look attractive if we look like this, setting things like that, or how things are meant to sound, beautiful sounds. If you go into certain shops, they play music or certain music that attracts you. So all of these different things. So yeah, this is our social structure somehow at the moment. Not everywhere, but definitely in the Western culture. Capitalism is playing a large role and feeding on those attachments.
I think there's also a sense of, I don't know if this is like being injected to us or like the way we live or the culture really, it's just like you are never enough, like physically. Even if you're the best, like if I look at someone and I say, oh, it's like she's perfect, and you talk to them and they're even trying to get more like beauty, more like physical strength or like shape
or more knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just things are never enough for human, I think.
That's very powerful. Anyone else finds that?
Yeah.
Seems like never enough.
Especially in the era of social media.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Definitely. Again, things are projected. This one has more. There's a saying, I don't know if it's too old, but keeping up with the Joneses. Anyone's heard that saying? Mm-hmm. So it means like the neighbor's got a new car, and then the husband's like, oh, we should get a new car too. We have to keep up with what they're doing. And there's always this
Competition.
Competition, that's it, exactly. There is, according to the, like Bhagavad Gita and textbooks from India and the wisdom of those great sages from India, they explain that actually the nature of the soul is that the soul is perfectly complete in itself. It's perfectly content, perfectly happy, perfectly satisfied. But when that soul, that Atma, enters into a body, then inside of that body, I was trying to do a little puppet show, but hi, I'm in a body now. Really, I'm a pure soul, but here I am, engrossed in a, hi, I'm in a body now. Maybe next festival we'll do a puppet show. So now I'm in this, now I'm in this body, and the material is, by nature, the material is always changing, always transforming, and also it's always degrading or deteriorating. You ever notice how long does a new thing last? When you get a new thing, as soon as you take it out of the box, I was with a friend once, he got like a new iPhone or something, took it out of the box and he dropped it immediately within like 3 minutes. It had this big dent in the side of it, and I said, well, that's the end of that. So it's like in the material world, the nature is that everything is just from the moment that it comes into existence, it's deteriorating. So this point of how we're never satisfied, the scriptures say that actually the soul is already perfect and complete, but when it comes in contact with the matter, it identifies with the matter, all of a sudden it starts to think, I'm not perfect and I'm not complete. I need this to be happy. Anyone has that? Oh, when I graduate from university, then I'll be happy. Oh, when I get married, then I'll be happy. When I have 17 children, I'll be happy. When I make my first million, then I'll be happy. Anyone has those kind of things? When this, then that. And it's like the proverbial carrot on the stick, right? You know, like in India, they have people who do your laundry. They're called dobiwalas or washermen, and they have a donkey. And they gather up all the cloth from everybody in the village, and they put it on the back of this donkey. So the donkey has this big load, and the donkey's like, forget it, I'm not going anywhere. But then the washerman, he puts a carrot on a stick in front of the donkey, and the donkey's like, ooh, okay, I'll move for that carrot. And then the donkey starts going like this. And then he goes all the way down to the river where he washes the clothes, and then he doesn't even give the donkey the carrot, he throws the carrot. Okay, we'll change the story. So he gives the donkey the carrot, and the donkey gets to chill out for a little while. Then he washes the clothes, he puts it back on the back of the donkey, and puts the carrot on the stick, and again the donkey goes all the way. So it's like that in material life. We have these perpetual carrots on the stick to make us think, when I get that, then I'll be happy. But actually, when we connect with something higher, then we start to feel happy and complete within. And that's what everyone's looking for, you know. And many yoga circles, they chant this Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Anyone's heard that? Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That everyone's looking for Shanti. And what does Shanti mean?
Peace.
Peace. But it's not just peace like peace, man, peace, dude, peace, bro, no fighting. It means completeness. It means I actually feel complete. I feel at peace with myself. I no longer have all of these carrots that are pulling me in so many different directions. I actually have found that space where I feel reconnected. Actually, another example is like if you take your hand, if you could actually if I could remove my hand, and if I just laid the hand on the floor, it would still be a hand, but it would be not of very much use, and no one would want to touch it either. But when I put it back on my body and reconnect it, all of a sudden it has use. And in that way it becomes complete. But in a disconnected state, it's incomplete. And that's the point. We're disconnected. And that's this whole point around Bala and spiritual strength and the Atma and Lord Nityananda is reconnecting with that spiritual power. And then we feel complete. Like I don't yearn anymore for so many things. I'm not affected by all of this propaganda, and I'm not so absorbed in all of these different things. So this is the kind of idea of kind of becoming complete. We're already complete, actually. Just so you all know, you're all perfect and complete already as spiritual beings. The only problem is you haven't realized it yet. You've kind of forgotten it because we're identifying with the body. Any other thoughts? The curtains are going to open in a moment. Anything else? We haven't heard from you, Lokeshwari, yet.
Oh, that was a great answer on that topic, because Krishna is perfectly complete. We're part of him.
Yeah.
That was an excellent answer. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the verse? Om Purnamadi Purnamidam. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishate. Krishna says in the Upanishads that he is perfect and complete, and all emanations from him also are perfect and complete. And even though he has so many emanations, he still remains perfect and complete, and the complete whole, even though so many things are coming from him. So yeah, the whole thing is about becoming complete. I remember once I was with my uncle, and he's kind of like self-made millionaire. He's like very successful, and his wife is really wonderful people. And I was really connecting with his wife, and she was starting to get into spiritual things because they have so much materially, but she was realizing that I have so much materially, but I'm still not, I'm not happy actually. I'm always wanting more. And so her and I were really connecting and discussing Bhagavad Gita, discussing different things. And then one day I was with him and I was leaving, and he said, you know, he said, I'm so proud of you. And I said, wow, why is that? And he said, because you just seem so complete. He actually used that exact term. He said, you know, your auntie, she's moving towards completeness. He said, I'm just so incomplete. There's so many things I want, so many things I have to do, so many. He says, but when we're with you, we just see everything is so simple and you're just so complete. Now, of course, I'm not complete. But in the eyes of other people, when you get around people who seem to be content, and I found it very interesting that he used those exact words. Maybe it comes from that movie. What was that movie? Jerry Maguire.
You complete me.
Yeah, some of you won't know that movie. Do you know Jerry Maguire movie? It's an old movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a scene where he says, you complete me. Of course, we should never think that another person is going to complete us. Only we can complete us in connection with divinity. And then in our completeness, we can encourage and inspire others to also become complete. But it's not that another person is going to make us complete. Perfect. That is a little bit of a misnomer. So I'm sure if that movie continued, Tom Cruise and her found some incomplete moments. Krishna. Anything else? Baba, would you like to share anything? No. Anyone? Okay. Well, thank you for being here on this auspicious day. So in a few moments, these curtains are going to open, and we're going to have what is known as darshan. Of course, you all already had darshan, but it's a special time when the curtains are closed and then the curtains open. And the idea is that when the curtains are closed, we feel separation from Krishna. We're like longing to see to be with him. And then when the curtains open, it's like, I feel connected again. So darshan means to see, and the idea is, of course, we get to see the Lord and see the deities, but also what happens is that the Lord gets to see us. And one of our great teachers, actually the spiritual teacher of our guru, he said that we shouldn't act in such a way that we try to see God, but we should act in such a way that God sees us. So if we act in a way that is attractive to the Lord, so like that. So for this, we're going to do some more singing and dancing. So everyone can maybe stand up and put the cushions and stuff away. Thank you very much for being here at the festival. And please stick around after the singing and dancing. Then we're going to have a vegan feast. Yay! Founder Church Prabhupada ki jai. Bibi Ram Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nama Church Haridas Thakur ki jai. Ram Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Giri Govardhana ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Jamuna Mai ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Radha Murlidhar ki jai. Lord Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Lord Nityananda ki jai. Hari Ram Sankirtan ki jai. Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hari Bol. Glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, glories to the lotus feet. Shri Guru and Shri Guru. Glories to Srila Prabhupada. festival. So you might be thinking, wow, this festival's a little small, didn't seem like much of a festival. That's because tonight will be the big festival, the real festival, which will start at about 6:30, so there'll be easily 100 plus people here. So that will start at 6:30 and go until around 9. And if I know some of the people participating, it could be much later than that also. So everyone's invited to come back then, if you'd like. But now, we have completed this part of the festivities, and there is an eager gentleman at the back of the room there waiting to serve you all a vegan feast, just because you showed up. So, so like that. So thank you all very much for being here. Lord Nityananda Ki.
Jai.